About the ABCs and all those other alphabet soup things. I say alphabet soup because, well, I was taught some things about the alphabet soup and what you get into and what you don't get into and how you keep yourself from getting in trouble. You know, fake news media and all that stuff. I'm gonna do my best not to give you any fake news. I've seen a lot of fake news and it's blatant. It's out there, it's everywhere. So hopefully you can hear me. I'm gonna test this and cut back into it, so bear with me. So where was I? I was talking about ship high in transit. They used to stamp that acronym onto the side of those boxes so that the sailors would know to keep those boxes high in the hold of the ship, therefore allowing the manure, the gases coming off the manure, to be evacuated from the open hatch. I don't know if they ship too much of that stuff, manure and bat guano and things like that anymore, but I do know that's where the word came from. Shit. And from here on out, hopefully maybe I put a little anchor into your brain just from this short little video about that word. It doesn't mean poop. It doesn't mean manure. It means this case is full of poop. Just like this case of Mr. Trump saying that these countries were shitholes, based upon hearsay, and more hearsay. Because there were other people that were actually in that meeting, and they're saying he didn't say it. But all you've heard for the last week is shithole, 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 shithole. And now you're hearing some more shithole. And I'm attempting to fix that. That's how subliminal messages work, folks. That's how they capture your mind. So, on this little drive to my eye doctor, I just wanted to clear something up for you, because those ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and CBSs and NBCs and CNNs and TLC and BBC and all those other alphabet gangs that are out there, they are literally nothing but gangs, pardon me, that are out to capture your mind. And I will attempt to recapture your mind. It's like land that the Marines have to go after and take back from the enemy. I'm here to help you get your mind back, if you let me. And I pray you let me. Now, speaking of prayers, I'd like to send out a few prayers to all my buddies out there that are doing the same kind of thing I'm doing right now. I'd like to send out some shout outs to a new station I just started listening to, Tracy Beans. You know who you are. If you don't know who Tracy Beans is, go check her out. She's got some good stuff on there. I'd like to say hi to Pete. Pete, good show this morning. Deb, make sure Deb gets a hug. I'd also like to send a shout out to my buddy Steve. He's another Marine just like me, just attempting to keep his oath alive, just like me. Instead of sending bullets your way and moving, shooting and moving, I'm moving and shooting video. You see that beautiful grass and trees and stuff going on behind me? No, that's not a blue screen. That's really me driving to my eye appointment. But folks, just know that I'd also like to send some shout outs to my family. We've been through some rough times here recently, and I just like to know that, like them to know that I'm thinking about them all the time. And send some shout outs to old friends of mine like Esther. You helped me through some other tough times there, Esther. Seen some of your videos. I'd like to see more of them. I'd also like to send some shout outs to some other friends that are no longer with us, have passed on to the Great Divide. When I say divide, I mean the divide between life and death. One of them is a fella named Tom Wilhite. Put together some awesome classes that I took a few years ago, and told me that to think is to create. So I was thinking maybe I ought to take that pledge up and take that challenge up, since it is Challenge-uary, to start doing this video, start doing these things for you folks, because I care. I do care. And like I said, I'm not going to run for public office. Nope. But if you elect me, I'll take the paycheck. And if you don't elect me, well, I'll make my own paycheck somehow. It's just what we do. To think is to create. So I'll get this back home to the house and get it all edited back together and put it into one movie for you, so you don't have to keep flipping on. But in the meantime, y'all drive safe. Keep your stick on the ice. Alright, like I was never gone, yeah? Pretty cool. So we were talking about subliminal triggers, and keywords, and catchphrases, and things like that. Now, direct your mind to something that just happened here recently. Give me a minute. I'm watching traffic, make sure I don't get smacked. But I do want to direct your mind to something that happened here recently. The world was introduced on the wonderful public news networks to the word shit. Shithole by some countries. I talked about it in one of my videos, last one or two. And I want to direct your mind to something. Every time somebody says shit, what's that make you think of? Notice how I said make you think of something. Get out of that shadow there. Maybe kill that light there. It makes you think of something. Makes you think that supposedly, according to people who knew about and were briefed upon, but were not actually reported on being in said meeting with President Trump saying something about countries being shitholes. Well, whether he did or he didn't, every time that you hear the term shithole from now until the rest of your life is over with, or until you wake yourself up, you're going to be hearing the term shithole and relegating that to Mr. Trump, our president. It's a sad thing, folks. It really is a sad thing how dumbed down our country has become, that we allow some stupid acronym like SHIT, S-H-I-T, ship high in transit, in the hold of the ship. And that's what they used to do with bat guano, manure, things that would create methane gas in the ship hull. And whenever the captain of the vessel would go down into the hold, light up a cigar or a cigarette, or even light a fire to chase the rats out, ship it would explode. It'd blow up. Boom! And it's because that methane gas that was being gassed off by that manure that was being shipped to Great Britain and other countries from America, and because we had a lot of livestock, we had a lot of poop, we had a lot of manure that they would box up and ship overseas. Sorry about the lights, guys. It's sunny here in the Great Northwest. Here, let me show you what I get to see every day. See if I can get this to change around. Yeah, maybe I can't. Hold on a second. Alright, I came back. So, I was looking for my microphone, my earpiece, and Seem to have misplaced it. Anyhow, I'll find it, or I'll buy a new one. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, talking about the alphabet. ABC, American Broadcasting Network, CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting Network, NBC, the National Broadcasting Network. Folks, if you don't know what all that has in common, then you don't know. CNN, they call it the cable news network, and yet they employ people from the CIA. You see that? There it is. CIA is another alphabet agency. We could go in lots of different rabbit holes. I just want to pique your ideas and your ideas about things, about the wonderful media outlets that we have, that we've all grown up with. I grew up with 3 channels. You know, my dad used me as the remote control, made me get up and change between 3 channels. And then we got that cable box. Oh man, we were living the life of luxury back in those days. When we went from 3 channels to, gosh, what was it, 25 channels? Now we've got satellite, we've got just all this media, all this overlay of information and news that just blast us every day. Guys, ladies, girls, men, boys, I want you to wake up. I know it's getting kind of bright. I got that AE locked on there, but I'll work on it. It's only my 3rd video, so have patience with me. I want to help you guys out. I want to teach you some things, but folks, we are inundated with information every single day. Every single day of our lives, we are inundated with bits and bytes and megabytes and gigabytes and terabytes of information. And the media and the advertisers and all those folks, they tend to use that against you. I was educated a few years ago in the art of hypnosis, how to hypnotize people. Now, I'm not going to use that on you. Well, maybe I will, but I'll use it in a good way. I'll use it in a good way where we can have a conversation without you being lost in space about what we're talking about. Back to that information overload. That is how hypnosis works. When guys like me and Steve and Roy and all the other YouTubers out there talk about waking up, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the information overload that is coming at you, inundating your brain and locking you down. And there are certain things that people do when they're using this information, like tags and pinpoints and hand gestures and different little things that flash on behind them, little advertisements that flash on behind them. We call that subliminal. Subliminal means under your limbic system. Subliminal. We're taking that and we're putting that information in your sublimbic system, your limbic system, basically, under the radar. Gosh, gotta keep changing my lighting. I guess I ought to set that to automatic. I keep going in and out of shadows and whatnot. Let me see what I can do here. There we go. We'll set it to automatic so that I don't fall out of the light and the light doesn't overwhelm us too much. Because I am driving in a, well, cloudy state. Lots of trees, sunshine peaks out here and there. So that subliminal communication that I was just talking about, people that have been trained like I've been trained know how to get past that subliminal mindset that y'all have. It's easy to do.